some box office predictions. My last day at the Toronto International Film Festival. I am absolutely exhausted, but not missing my box office predictions. As always, gotta kick it off with the Fantasy Movie League shout out. There were no perfect lineups this weekend, but we did have 4 high scorers, and they are If I Became a Meme, Kaiser Soze, G-Arc 1982 Cineplex, and Chad's Champs. Congratulations, guys. I thought I was going to be up there with you. I was going for Peanut Butter Falcon to have the best performer honor, but it didn't, so then I dropped way down the ranks. I'll do better next time. All right, recapping what happened last weekend. We had a 5 for 5. Yay, that was great, but It Chapter 2 came in way under what I predicted. It made $91.1 million opening weekend. A lot of money right there, but still well behind what the first movie made opening weekend, $123.4 million. Then at number 2 was Angel Has Fallen with another $6 million, followed by Good Boys, which took in about $5.5 million. Then at number 4 we had The Lion King, which continued to trickle down the charts, making another $4.3 million. And then finally at number 5 it was Hobbs and Shaw with $3.8 million. Rolling into the new round of predictions, the bottom 2 spots, I think it's going to come down to The Lion King, Good Boys, and Angel Has Fallen, but really I do think that Angel Has Fallen and Good Boys are trending upwards too strongly for The Lion King at this point, so I'm actually going to knock that one off the charts this time around and give my number 5 pick to Good Boys. And what I think is going to work in its favor big time this time around is the fact that there is no new comedy competition entering the race, so I think it's going to hold pretty strong. I actually think it's going to maintain last weekend's percent change of 42%, which would mean the movie is making another $3.2 million. That, of course, takes us to my number 4 pick, which is going to Angel Has Fallen. And looking at that one, it's been holding fairly steadily, and I have a feeling it's going to stay within that 45 to 50% range as far as percent change goes. I really do think that this one is trending pretty well. I'm going to say let's go with a 45% drop on this one, and that would put me right at about $3.3 million. Just edging out Good Boys for the number 4 position. Moving on to my number 3 pick now, we've got The Goldfinch, a newcomer that kind of hit a little bit of a rough patch at TIFF. In this case, I don't think its Toronto International Film Festival debut is going to help it at all. It's got some bad buzz, and I think it's going to be a bit of a bummer for Warner Brothers. I actually think this movie might be this year's White Boy Rick, which also debuted at TIFF last year. It had some very early Oscar buzz, and then that didn't pan out whatsoever. Opening weekend, that movie made about $8.9 million, so that's pretty much what I'm going with on The Goldfinch. It's making $9 million this weekend. That brings us over to my number 2 pick, and this is something that's playing at the Toronto International Film Festival that I think is going to do so well. It's Hustlers. With this one, its TIFF debut was so strong, and it started so much buzz for this movie to the point that, yes, people are actually predicting this could have an Oscar in its future, at least a nomination. So I think all that's going to play into its opening weekend very well. At this point in time, STX's highest opening weekend still belongs to Bad Moms. That movie, when it opened up, it made $23.8 million. I'm betting that Hustlers comes in above that, and I'm thinking significantly above that. I'm giving Hustlers an opening weekend total of $30 million. And now, of course, that brings us to our top spot, and I'm keeping It Chapter 2 there. Again, we already covered the fact that this one did not hit what that first movie did, and I think that that's not working in its favor. It's got a B+ cinema score, which is a solid score for a horror movie, but I really do think that longer runtime is going to hurt it. Again, revisiting a point I made last weekend, I think that longer runtime will mean it's going to have much fewer repeat viewings, and I just think that this one is in for a little bit of a bigger drop. Looking back at the first It movie, weekend 2, it dropped 51.3%, and even though It Chapter 2 made less opening weekend, I still think it's going to have a similar percent change, if not a little more. I am going with 55%, and that would mean the movie is making another $41 million. Tis recap time now. We're kicking it off with my number 1 pick. It's It Chapter 2 with $41 million. Then Hustlers coming in at number 2 with $30 million. The Goldfinch taking the 3 spot with $9 million. Then Angel Has Fallen at number 4 with $3.3 million, followed right behind by Good Boys at number 5 with $3.2 million. That's it. I'm done with TIFF. I'm done with this box office prediction video at TIFF. It's short and sweet, but don't worry, I'll be back on the set with lengthy reports for you next week. No Patreon shout-outs this time around because, again, I want to sit down, breathe, and give you the thanks that you deserve. So we'll hit that next weekend too. But you know what? Before you leave this video, hit that comment section below. Share your top 5s right there. Don't forget to lock those Fantasy Movie League lineups. Like and share this video, and then tune in next week when I'm going to be home sweet home with Deputy Dewey for more box office predictions.